Spirit. 2, 3, 4. Spirit is our Spirit is our strength. We honor it with each breath we take. One heart, one love, one power. In the name of love. In the name of love. You build a bridge, I'll bring down walls. Make a world that works for us all. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love. In the name of love. In the name of love, there is a truth behind the life we live. Nothing hides the light we shine when we're standing side by side. One heart, one mind, one power. In the name of love.
Every face is the face of love. Every voice is the voice of love. Every name is the name of love. We all come from a place of love.
One heart,
Every face is the face of love.
one
Every voice is the voice of love.
one power.
Every name is the name of love. We all come from a place of love.
One heart,
Every face is the face of love.
one
Every voice is the voice of love.
one power.
Every name is the name of love. We all come from a place of love.
One mind, one power. In the name of love. In the name of love. In the name of love. In the name of love.
Think about it. There must be higher love down in the heart or hidden in the stars above. Without it, life is wasted time. Look inside your heart, I'll look inside mine. Things look so bad everywhere in this whole world. Love is fair. We walk the line and we try to see, falling behind. And what could be when we are higher love? Bring me a higher love. Whoa. Bring me a higher love. What's that higher love I keep thinking of? Words are turning and Let me feel that love over me. Let me feel how strong it could be. Whoa, bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Whoa, bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love.
Bring me a higher love.
Bring me a higher love. Whoa, bring me a higher love.
Woohoo! So we here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral lands of the Cahuilla, Gabrielino Tongva, Kizh, and Luiseno peoples. Pachanga peoples. I need to reprogram that in my brain, Jeannie. We commit to live in right relations, to love our neighbors, to seek justice and loving kindness, and to walk humbly upon this land. We recognize our oneness so that we may decolonize our minds and set each other free from the pain of racism and violence, to live better as Great Spirit intended, in harmony with nature and with one another. So, good morning to the morning table. Welcome to the morning table here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, where we know that love lives here and together we rise and
Belong.
you belong. There we go. That's our. I know. I pointed to the sign, forgetting that I haven't ordered a new one yet. So, yeah, there we go. So, where you belong. It is great to have all of you joining us this morning. It's great to see you here in the sanctuary, here in our space here at the morning table, as well as our folks joining us online. Mom and Dad, good morning. Great to see you joining us from Vegas. So, and all our others that are there online that haven't checked in yet. So, go ahead and say hi online. Let us know that you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, and it'd be great to see you. All right. Sound good? So it is the first Sunday of March, first Sunday of the month. So guess what that means? Birthdays. So if you were born in the month of March or had some sort of rebirth in the month of March, please go ahead and stand. Yay, Jeannie and Jason. Anybody online? All right, here we go with happy birthday
To you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
All March people. Happy birthday to
Fantastic. Happy birthday. And how about anniversaries? Anybody selling an anniversary? All right. Leslie, how many years for you and Russ? 33.
Wow.
Woo, Rolling Rock. There you go. 33. All right. So congratulations. All right. So everybody silence their cell phones for me? Yep. But wait, let me check. Okay. I silenced mine too. Silence anything that dings and pings and what have you. Okay? All right, very good. So, how about we say our focus statement then this morning, shall we? With the M's for March. Okay, I was thinking A's for acceptance, but we can do M's for March. All right, or M's and A's, or whatever. All right, so give me the M's. How many M's? What do we got? Marvelous, magical, magnificent, mystical, motivated, merrily, more,
muffins.
muffins.
Sorry.
All right. Muffins. How about the A's? Awesome. Amazing. Aquarius. We're reaching artfully. artistically, artfully, all right, all the good things. So let's say it so that I don't have to make you say it again. How's that? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Yes, we do. What's the other A one? Abdicate. No. We won't abdicate, but we do invite others to please abdicate. Yes. All right, there we are. All right, so
I abstain from that one.
How about we stand? How about we sing? How about we dance? How about we get moving and grooving? Here we go.
You can feel free to sing along with us. We'll
And
teach
sing
it
with
to you.
it.
1,
Yep.
2,
It's
3.
easy. It's a you and me. Good old Eddie. Not my husband, Eddie, but Eddie Watkins Jr. Eddie.
One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. We can do it. One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy that I just want to shout. One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. Here we go. One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. We're shining from the inside out. We're so happy that we just want to shout. Yeah, one life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. Oh. 'Cause God is all there is. Here we go. One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love shining as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One love loving as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One more time. One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. 'Cause God is all there is.
Good morning. I am Dinah Williams, one of your, is it not on? Yeah, okay. I thought it was louder than I am, but you know, I'm pretty loud, so. And now I'm all confused. Where was I?
Good morning.
Oh, no, I already said who I was. Jeez. Okay. Good morning. I'm Dinah Williams, one of your licensed spiritual practitioners here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. I will be available after the morning table for a brief moment of prayer in the prayer room located in the lobby. Please don't leave here this morning with anything on your heart. I would love to pray with you and absolutely know that prayer works. There's a candle in the center of your table. I invite you to light it together with me now. As we come together in conversation this morning, this candle is a reminder that when two or more are gathered, a greater wisdom is available to us. We experience a deeper love, and our own light shines brighter. Now, please allow this music to take you into the silence, followed by this morning's invocation.
One people living in one planet, all are one.
We are all one. We are all a part of this one, the one power and presence that lives and moves and has its being as us. It is the power that makes the planets move through the atmosphere. It is the power that makes a flower bloom. It is that beautiful divine wisdom that flows through and in and around everything. It is peace and love. It is joy. It is all the good that there is and so much more, and we are one with it. Each and every one of us are a part of it. It is the creator of everything and everyone. And so it is and was and always will be the one that creates everything from itself. It's beautiful, divine light and love and wisdom, freedom and order. All of these beautiful things, it is, and we are too. We are one with it. We are it too, because it made all of us from itself, from that divine stuff. And as that, in that, we are one with it. We have each and every one of those qualities living and moving through us as us. That freedom, that love, that divine order, that wisdom. It flows through each and every one of us as us. And I know that today, this day, this time together that we have is beautiful. It is perfect. It is divine. And it is in perfect order, just as everything is everywhere in perfect order. May not seem like it at times, but all is in perfect order and in divine right timing, with the divine wisdom that flows through each and every word spoken today, each and every interaction. All the love flows through each and every one of us, and so much more, so much more. And I bless our time together, knowing that we, each and every one of us, get what we need today in this moment. We receive it and we act upon it. And I just let this be so. And so it is.
It's the power that moves like a mighty sea, the peace that brings wars to cease. It's the voice that calls us into being. Can you hear it? It's the joy that makes a songbird sing, the word that every language speaks. It's the name that is above all things. Oh, say it. Love is everything. It can't hide, be pushed aside, be unseen. Love is everything. Love is everything. It's the one unafraid to stand. Neighbors marching hand in hand. Feels like thunder rolling across the land. It's you and me. Yeah, love is everything. It can't hide, be pushed aside, or be unseen. Love is everything. restores us. Love is everything. It stands beside us. It goes before us. Love is everything. It moves around us, restores us. Love is everything.
Love is everything.
It can't hide, be pushed aside, it won't be unseen. Love is everything. Love is everything. Let your heart free your mind till you believe. Love is everything. Love is everything. Love is
It stands beside
everything.
us. It goes before us.
Love is everything.
Love is everything.
Love is
It moves around us.
everything.
It restores us. Love is everything.
Love is everything.
Thank you, band. Thank you, band. There we go. All right. They're in their own world over there now. Okay. Thank you, band. All right, there we go. All right, I think we're all set here. Are y'all all set? Okay, good. So, once again, good morning, and good morning, Earl and Denise, joining us online as well. So I have to say, I'm going to go ahead and announce this now because, you know, Earl, you won. You won the drawing of getting your tickets in, or buying your tickets in advance by the 28th. You won the drawing. Yeah. But you're not here to collect. Uh-oh. So look at this lovely picture. This is what you won. Now then, Earl, if you want this picture, you are going to have to come to my office in order to get it. Do we understand, Earl? Okay, I thought so. All right.
Gotta go to the principal's office.
Love you. Okay. So, just wanted to share that. Yay, Earl. Yay, Marty. Thank you, Marty, for donating it. It was a beautiful, lovely, lovely photo. That is part of Marty's work that you will be able to see and access and take home with you if you are the lucky winner of the winning bid on March 15th. So there you go. All right. So practicing acceptance. How do we feel about acceptance? Are you willing to accept it? Boo. All right. Not today. Not today, Jeffrey. Not today. Okay. Well, I guess we have some work to do then, shall we? All right. So when I was 25, I was living in Japan, and yes, Eddie, I was living in Japan. Eddie, when I don't know certain references from the 90s, I'm like, I don't know, I was in Japan. And Eddie always gets mad when I say, I don't know, I was in Japan, because, you know, I never saw those things. So I was in Japan. And my biological father called me. I want to be really clear that it's not my dad that you all know. This is my biological father called me. And he asked me a question. And he said, are you living, you ready for this one? A homosexual lifestyle. That was the question. I'm like, okay, it's not exactly a lifestyle. You know, vegan, vegetarian, lifestyles. Who I am is not a lifestyle, right? Also, who I am is not a choice. But anyway, he asked me this question. And I said, Dad, are you asking me if I'm gay? And he goes, yeah. Then the answer is yes. And so he goes, okay. And went on, the conversation continued on, and the bits and pieces really don't matter. But the big piece of this story that does matter is that he decided that it was okay to love the sinner but hate the sin. Thank you, Jeannie, for clearing your throat. I agree. To love the sinner but hate the sin. Now then, to my 25-year-old self, this did not feel very accepting. You think, right? This did not feel very accepting of who I am as a person, accepting of the totality of my being, accepting of my wholeness, right? Because when you hear that, love the sinner but hate the sin, it's still, shall we say, dripping with judgment, isn't it? And if we're dripping with judgment, if judgment is a big piece here, then how could there actually be acceptance? Would you agree with that? And so I took the position of, well, if that's the way you feel about it, you don't love me unconditionally. Because in my mind, a parent should love their child unconditionally. That means without condition. That means without putting stipulations of this or that, right or wrong. If you do X, then you get my love. But if you do Y, I'm going to withhold that from you. That's not unconditional love in my book. So what this felt like was that there wasn't unconditional love. Love the sinner, hate the sin. Doesn't feel like unconditional love. So I was like, okay, fine. You know who I know accepts me for who I am? You know who I know loves me for who I am? Who loves me unconditionally? The man you know as my dad, Keith Masagatani. And so what did I do? At 25, I changed my last name. I took my dad's last name. I took Masagatani, and I had it for many, many years, from 95. I had it for 30 years. No, 20 years. 20. I can't do math. 20 years. Until Eddie and I got married. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, I had my dad's last name because my dad, I knew, loved me unconditionally. My dad, I knew, accepted me for the totality of who I am. There was no judgment on who I am, who I love. There was no judgment. There still is no judgment. Dad and Eddie get along really great. Right? So here is the thing with acceptance, right? As I was mentioning, when we refuse to accept somebody as they are, rather than as we want them to be, we create separation. We create distance. We create this false idea that they are not whole, that they are not complete. And we judge them for being some way, for not living up to our expectations, for not living up to our preferences, and for not living up to what we think they should be. So then we are in full judgment. Now, I know that all of you have been on the receiving end of not feeling accepted, not feeling belonging, not feeling chosen, of maybe even having to perform to get love, to try to pretend to be something you're not in order to get loved, by having to conform to other people's ideas or expectations or shoulds in order to have our needs met, right? And, beloveds, we also are not free from doing that ourselves with ourselves and with others. How many people have disappointed you? How many people aren't living up to your expectations? Who in your life do you... You can come sit up here, Chester. These people won't bite. I don't know about tomorrow. How many people are you thinking should do something differently or should do it the way you want it done rather than the way they are doing or the way they're showing up. There's chuckles. There's uncomfortable chuckles around the room, right? Don't you just hate it when I hold up that mirror? Yes, 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 yes. So, beloveds, what we have the opportunity to do here is to remember, this is where we get to go back and we get to practice acceptance. We don't have to accept the behavior. It's just like forgiveness, right? When we talk about forgiveness, we talk about that one of the barriers for forgiveness is like, oh, but then I'm condoning the behavior. Then I'm saying that it's okay. Then I'm saying that this thing is wrong, but I'm going to let it be. I'm just going to let it be okay. And that's not what forgiveness is, right? And it's not what acceptance is either. Acceptance is just saying, okay, this is what is, and I get to be curious. I get to open my mind. I get to put aside the judgments, and I get to be curious, which then opens me up to a greater possibility of growth and learning. I get to be curious and see how I am not accepting, how I'm judgmental, where it is that I'm creating separation. And then I get to shift the way I'm thinking. I get to shift the way I'm interacting. I get to shift the way I am participating in relationship with other people. Tracking me so far? What are you thinking? Yeah. Where's the mirror? A little uncomfy, right? Dinah says, I really wish it wasn't my work. I really wish it was somebody else's work to be doing. Yes, exactly. Cindy, yeah. Yep. Go ahead. Yep. Love the sinner, hate the sin. Mm-hmm. Yes. So Cindy is curious with the president. Her feeling is that this president is a bad man, and so it may be a common feeling. I'm not saying that I'm not sharing feelings. I'm just stating that there's a feeling that this man is a bad man, and that how is that separating out loving the sinner but hating the sin if, as we are taught, that we separate action from activity or action from actor, right? Right. So the thing we get to go back to, the thing we get to remember is that there is only one power, one presence, one love, one existence, one life that is expressing in, through, and as all. This beloved may not remember who he is. And so we then have the opportunity to remember for him who he is. We have the opportunity to invite him higher through our action and activities. Because accepting somebody as being the beloved incarnate and condoning their behavior are two separate things. We get to accept, but we also get to hold accountable. So if you think of Jesus and the woman who is getting ready to be stoned to death, he says, neither do I condemn you, go and sin no more. So what he's saying in that is, I'm not condemning you, I'm accepting you for your wholeness, and I'm calling you to a higher activity of a higher way of being, of going and sinning no more. Sinning meaning making a mistake. Remember, sinning is simply missing the mark. So when we stop missing the mark, then we stop the sinning, right? So we as a community, we as a people, we get to accept that there is a wholeness and a perfection in this man, or in people that we see and people that we experience, like my friend last week wearing in Tractor Supply with the Ultra MAGA hat, right? I get to accept. I get to know. I get to affirm that this beloved is, in fact, a divine emanation, incarnation, manifestation of the one life, because there's nothing else for him to be. Now, the way he shows up in the world, forgetting that he's that, is another thing, right? I don't have to accept his behavior. I can hold somebody accountable for their behavior, but I do get to accept that they are whole in and of themselves, that they too are the divine manifest body of the one life. They too are an expression of the one life. Is that helpful, Cindy? No, it's not taking us off track at all. Thank you for bringing that forth, right? So what that means then, my beloveds, is what we get to decide when we are interacting with people is we get to accept the wholeness. We get to accept the totality. We get to accept who they are with a capital H. I mean, capital H. Woo! Only coffee's in the coffee. Maybe that's the problem. All right. The Who with a capital W, okay? The Who with a capital W. This is true. I was a Japanese teacher, not an English teacher, yes. The Who with a capital W. The Who of who they are, right? But we also get to set boundaries. That doesn't mean that we accept and then we become a doormat, just like we don't forgive and become a doormat, right? We get to set our own boundaries. And as Nancy Levin defines boundaries, they are the things you will and won't do, will and won't accept, and will and won't tolerate. So there are things that we won't tolerate. There are things that we won't do. And we can still be accepting of the person on their path, on their way. It is hard. And this is the work that we are being called to do in this moment. Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, man. Like Dinah said, how come this is my work? How come this isn't somebody else's work? Because, beloved, you are awake and aware. Y'all woke. Sorry. Sucks. I know. Y'all woke. Right? And somebody has to be the adult in the room. Jeannie said, me, you, making that I get to be the adult in the room. Remember whose community this is? Not mine. It's all of ours, right? We collectively get to be the adults in the room. Yes? Yes, okay, okay. If you say so. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Should be easy. Right? But guess where you get to be the adult first? Here. Guess who you get to accept first? Here. Guess who you get to forgive first? Here. Right? So, back to Dad. Back to my father, excuse me. So around 35, I recognized you know what? I've been expecting unconditional love from my Father. I've been expecting acceptance from my Father. But I haven't been willing to give unconditional love. I haven't been willing to give acceptance. I haven't been willing to give exactly what it is that I most crave, that I most want, that I most desire. And who's responsible for that? Me. And so upon realizing that, I called him. First time we talked in years. I reached out. Because I had come to accept that I too was party in this rift, because I too was withholding. I too was refusing a relationship. I too had been unwilling. I too, without saying it and phrasing it that way, had chosen love the sinner, hate the sin. I had done that too. So, in order for this to resolve, somebody had to be the adult in the room. Somebody had to step forward. And it was paining me enough that it was me, that I chose to step forward, that I chose acceptance of who my Father is. I chose acceptance of how he shows up. I chose acceptance of his beliefs, not that I was accepting them as mine, but I chose acceptance of what it is that he believed. I chose to accept him for the totality of who he is, and I offered that acceptance so that he knew that I accepted him in his totality. I offered unconditional love. Because if I'm not sharing it, if I'm not giving it, I'm not open to receiving it. And in that, my beloveds, the relationship changed. He is one of the few people that I can honestly say, he's passed, I love unconditionally. But it was something that I got to do. It wasn't about whether he loved me unconditionally. I love him unconditionally. It wasn't about whether he accepted me for all of who I am. I got to accept him for all of who he is. And in that, there was the healing. The healing within me and the healing within our relationship, that I was able to go and sit with him by his bedside in the nursing care facility where he was 6 months before his passing. And that we were able to be, even though he was non-communicative at that point, we were able to be together in nothing but love. So there's great power here in this power of acceptance, the practice of acceptance. What I'm inviting you into is remember your own wholeness. Remember that as you remember your own wholeness, there's wholeness. Everybody has that same wholeness within them. And when we recognize the wholeness, we recognize the belonging. This is part of our 10 core concepts. This acceptance piece is accepting the good. This acceptance piece is related to and directly tied to our core concept of forgiveness. This is related and directly tied to our core concept of inclusion. This is related to our core concept of oneness, of wholeness. I'm inviting you, my beloveds, to practice acceptance, not condoning, not giving in, not resigning yourself to the way something is currently, but accepting and holding accountable both yourself and others. And so it is. So I invite you to go to tables now. We're going to go to tables. And the questions here at your tables are for you to dive in deeper. With who in your life do you struggle to accept as they are? What shift in your relationship, what might shift in your relationship if you released your need for them to be different? And where in your life do you need to balance acceptance with healthy boundaries? And you can even come up with some healthy boundaries there. For those beloveds here online, go ahead and slide into the Zoom room, and we will post that here. Go ahead and slide into the Zoom room, and Stuart will meet you in the Zoom room momentarily. So Mom and Earl and Denise and Dad, you can all go ahead and get started in the Zoom room, and Stuart will be with you in just a moment. All right? Here we go. Okay, take a nice pause. And 2 minutes, go ahead and share with your table what it is you would like prayer for this week. There we go. Hi. Welcome back. All right, so we are going to go to online first. So we have Karen. Yeah, that's a big Jeff head, isn't it? We're going to go to Karen and Earl there, and I believe Earl is speaking for our online folks today. So go for it, Earl. Earl, you need to unmute.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
We actually had a really interesting conversation. And so one of the things that we talked about is, you know, these relationships that are conflicted, you know, things that people have a certain behavior that maybe cause you to feel a certain way. And I think what we surmise simply this. Um, I love myself or I love you unconditionally enough to be yourself. However, if your values are not in alignment with mine, I love myself unconditionally enough not to be in a relationship with you. So I think that it's really important to know that I'm not obligated to be in a relationship with someone, but it is my responsibility to see the Christ in them, just as I see the Christ in myself.
All right. Thank you, Earl. Applause from the room. All right. Where am I going? I'm going to Frank. It is. It's on.
Wake up. We talked about everything. Where are the questions? Okay. Who in your life do you struggle to accept? And my answer was nobody, now that I understand what I need to be doing for myself. So I don't really have anybody, but I did share at the table. We have a couple gay, male and female in the family, and took a little bit for me to accept that. But when I left that alone and worked on me, I don't have any struggles with anybody anymore. The shift in relationship that the table discussed was understanding first who you are and worry about you, fix you, and then it fixes everything else.
Yep.
It really does. I'm a witness of that. Amen?
Amen. Helen was a little enthusiastic with that. Amen.
Hey, that's my wife. She should be. And where in your life do you need balance? We felt that if the more we understand this religion and understand who we really are, the balance will come.
Okay, great. Thank you. Helen, you need to say anything to Frank? No? Okay. Somebody grab it. All right, Vicki.
Well, our group pretty much focused on family and accepting, and it could go for not just family, everything, accepting where people are, where they are right now. And can I see those questions? Kind of help spark me. I don't take those. Yeah, it was mostly family for all of us, different variations. What might shift in our relationships if we released our need for them to be different? I agree with Frank. We need to look inside ourselves and see what's bothering us about them. And a lot of us are doing the same things that our parents did to us. Make us feel like a little less than, a little not important, judgmental. And for me, that's what I put on my daughter. And she's fabulous. But I've got this ingrained thing that she could be better. And she's perfect just the way she is. And I'm going to walk away today going, she's perfect. Because I know she feels that. I felt it. We all felt it. And where in your life do you need to balance acceptance with healthy boundaries? Again, Neil shared, about with his aging parents that, you've got to say, no, I think you guys can handle that. I'm kind of busy right now, because it's kind of being laid on him to pick up their, slack. Yeah. Although I love sitting on the couch and watching TV all day. I love it. But anyway, I'm so glad I personally came today. I didn't really want to. But this just brought me back to it's not all about what's happening in our country. It's about what's happening inside me because of the car wreck that Neil shared, that we can acknowledge there's a car wreck, but we have to acknowledge that God is there too.
Right.
So, beautiful sharing this morning, and just different ways that we accept each other. May not be ready, maybe hello, how are you, I gotta go.
Yep.
But it's all
It's all there. Exactly. Exactly. So if you spot it, you got it, right? I know. I'm hearing both Allison and Dinah going, Jeff, Jeff. Yeah, if you spot it, you got it. Now, remember, though, that just the way you got it doesn't mean that you're doing the exact same behavior as, the person you're spotting, right? But you are seeing, but what is triggering you is that there's something in here that I get to look at, right? There's something within me that I get to look at because it's really triggering me out there. And so it becomes an energetic match. They've plugged into my electric socket, and the only way is I get to unplug that. The only way I get to put the little toddler protector, right, the baby protector or the cover on the electric outlet, is I get to recognize how that shows up in me and how I get to deal with that within me, because then they can't plug in anymore, right? Can't keep plugging in. So your homework, my beloveds, tomorrow, I know you are cradling a sleeping toddler, a napping toddler at the moment, but your homework is let go of the shoulds. Stop shoulding on yourself. And stop shoulding on other people. Shoulding is no bueno, okay? So notice how often you think somebody should be different. And replace that with, they're on their path, I'm on mine. So every time you think, my husband should be, or my wife should be, or my parent should be, or my teacher should be, or my students should be. Got plenty of teachers in the room, right? They're on their path, I'm on mine. And for my teachers in the room, you still get to hold them accountable. So there you go. Yes, Corey, I have a question. Should. Uh-huh. Well, that's messy. Uh-huh. Right. Forgiving. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Yep. So Corey also mentioned, for those of you online, Corey mentioned that, should, when you're shoulding on yourself, that it's easy to should on ourselves too, and that a lot of times it's an internal should. I should, I ought to, I have to, right? All these are the same ideas. And so you get to clean this mess up too. So think of the word, here's my Siri saying, yeah, I don't know, I did not say Siri, so stop it. Siri, stop. Siri should stop, yes. Gotta turn him, it, whatever, off. Okay. Anyway, back to this. It was brilliant and world peace solving. Oh, yes. So, how many of you have tension in your shoulders? Yeah. Do you bear the weight of the world on your shoulders? Do you shoulder the responsibility? How do you spell shoulder? SHOULDER. So your shoulders are your shoulders. Okay? So, I should, I have to, I have to, I should, I should, I should, I have to, I have to, I must, I must. I'm responsible, I have to. Drop them. So, a physiological way to let go of your shoulds, Corey. A physical way to let go of your shoulds. Shrug your shoulders real tight, 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 tight. Everybody, tight, 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 tight. Drop them. Tight, 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 tight. Drop them. One more time. Tight, 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 tight. Drop them. Your muscles have to release the same amount that that you cause tension. They have to release that same amount. So every time you get tighter, 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 and then you drop them, they drop a little bit further, they drop a little bit further, they drop a little bit further, so they relax. So anytime you're experiencing a should, shrug, tight, and then drop. And then notice the physiological change in your body. Okay? That's not science of mine. That comes from my own background in kinesiology and physiology and A&P and all that kind of stuff from being a massage and craniosacral therapist. So there we go. Again, you know that, and I don't ask me for a massage. So, huh? Oh, yeah. You can get your own conga line, but I'm not touching you. All right. Yeah, shoulds don't work on me either. You should give massages. Debbie just said, yeah, it doesn't work. All right, yeah, exactly. All right, so let's have some music, shall we? And anchor all of this in, all this goodness in.
You need some music, huh?
Yeah, I do.
This was written for you guys. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah. No matter what the world is going through, I'm always here for you. Come here, all you weary, broken souls, you're not alone. Sit here in God's presence, feel our everlasting love. It never fails. It never fails. You can sing it with me if you know these words. You belong, there's a place in this world, it's true for you. To be strong, don't do it alone. I'll pray you through, we'll pray you through. We'll pray you through. We'll pray you through. You belong. Find comfort in who you are. You are loved and you are seen. Never question or doubt the power of many hearts that beat. Hold on to your hurting heart. There is no shame here, no reason to fear, no reason to fear. You belong, there's a place in this world that's true for you. To be strong, don't do it alone. I'll pray you through, we'll pray you through. We'll pray you through. One more time, let's sing it together. You belong, there's a place in this world, I'll see you through. To be strong, don't do it alone. We'll pray you through, we'll pray you through. Oh, we'll pray you through. We'll pray you through. 'Cause you belong, we'll pray you through. I'm here for you. 'Cause you belong, we'll pray you through. Oh, always get inspired. Jeffrey always pushes me, and I'm like, I don't like it yet. And then I finally sent it. He was like, you're doing it on Sunday.
Doing it on Sunday. That's it. Not only that, but I announced it at the meeting last Sunday after you left that we're doing it. You were doing it this Sunday. So, yeah. So go back in there. I think Ed's wearing the same shirt today. There you go. And Scott's in the same place. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. All right. So I invite you to take out that which you're choosing to contribute this morning and place that over your heart space and give it a silent blessing. If you would like to contribute online, you are welcome to do so by going to our website, riversidecsl.org, and in the upper right-hand corner, there's the word contribute. You can contribute that way, or you can do text to give. Simply text 951-419-5858 and type in the amount you're choosing to contribute and hit send. It's just that easy because it's just like texting a friend, because that's exactly what you're doing. So I invite you now to extend your hands toward the center of the table to bless these contributions together, and let's say our affirmation, our abundance affirmation together. Here we go. I give and receive freely and generously. With an open heart and an open mind, the universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so a few announcements to finish our morning out together here. My husband Eddie there will be facilitating Walking the Path, our monthly Labyrinth walk, there in Grand Terrace. So that begins at 1 o'clock. There is the address for you. So go ahead and join him in Grand Terrace at the Labyrinth. And there you are. Okay? There's a lot of commotion going on. All right. Next. Super Bowl children's books and snack drive. So last week I told you there was a flag on the play, and we had to send it to the box in the up above for a review of the play. Okay, for a review. So the winner of this year's Super Bowl, who brought in the winning team is the Practitioners. Now then, was that really a surprise? Okay. So, no. And then the Golden Ladle, which goes to the MVP, meaning the single person who brought in the most, is a tie between two ladies who are very competitive and are sitting next to each other and actually helped each other out. And I think that's probably how they ended up tying. So the ladle will have to live at both of your houses, Dinah and Allison. There you go. All right, moving on. Spirit of Art. Dinah, you want to come up and talk about Spirit of Art?
Yes, I do.
And Earl wants you to remind him about volunteers, please.
Oh, yes, I will do that. Earl says, please volunteer. Earl says, please volunteer. There's a volunteer button on a Spirit of Art page, and you can go and push the button and see a bunch of different options and put your name in, and Earl will contact you with what you're doing. So I have here a lovely picture that was donated to the center by Amy Steinberg by our beautiful Neil. And this will be available to bid on, and lots of other things. We have, I think, probably about 100 pieces. And some of it is three-dimensional. There's functional wear. Jocelyn's donated some mugs and my daughter, for some of you who don't know. and who is a ceramicist. And we have just really spectacular art. But what we do need, so we have lots of art. What we do need are people. We have only 30 tickets sold. So,
I'm looking at you.
You see these on the table? I don't want any of these on the tables when you leave.
Or in the trash cans.
Or in the trash cans. And they're not for you, because you all know where it's going to be and what's going to be and everything. They're for you to give to your neighbor, to your friend, anybody
People at
along
the
the
pool?
way. What's that?
People at the pool.
People at the pool? People at the pool? Because that's the only way we're going to get people here, and we need lots of people here to buy lots of art. And we need people to buy lots of art, because these artists, that's how they make their money, right? We're getting a little benefit from it, but they're getting more money from it. And artists, as you well know, as I think most of you know, they don't make a lot of money for the work that they put into their art. So it'd be lovely if none of them had to take anything home. It'd be great, you know. So let's honor the artists by getting a bunch of people here, and $20, seriously, live an evening of live music and hors d'oeuvres. And even if they don't want to buy art, even if people don't want to buy art, you know, you're going to see a museum. It's going to be like you're in a museum. It's beautiful in here with all the art. So please, please, please encourage people to come, okay? And for those of you who have not bought tickets yet, please, please, please buy your own tickets. So, and like I said, it's on Spirit of Art page on at riversidecsl.org. There's a button for artists, artist donors. We are done collecting art. The deadline was yesterday. And, but there's volunteer and ticket buttons to push. So,
Push them.
any questions? Anything I missed? Take those cards home. I printed them out. Don't waste the paper and the ink.
So normally I ask any questions, comments, or emotional outbursts, but in this case, I'm going to ask any questions. No. Make sure that there's not a great big emotional outburst. Make sure you take those pages home and you bring people to the thing.
Because this is not a small task.
Yeah.
And the team that's working on this, please honor them by supporting them and making it worth all of the work that we have done. So,
There you go.
yep.
Again, we don't want any big emotional outbursts.
I'm not usually the drama, but dynamite.
There you go. Ooh, that's a new one. After 7 years, I haven't heard herself call herself Dynamite. All right. Boom. Mic drop. Okay. Moving on. Yeah, and she's going to pray with you, yeah. So next week, Sunday, Reverend Laura Hallett will be here at the morning table, and she will be speaking on her brand new book, Mindfulness and Money Magic. It is all about, it's about mindfulness, mysticism, and money, but, you know, it sounds sexier when you call it money magic, right? But she will be here, and she'll be speaking next week, Sunday. I will be in Las Vegas speaking at Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. So we're doing what's called a pulpit swap. So I'm going up there, she's coming down here, and it costs nobody anything except our gas. So there you go. And we love to do it because that was my old community, and she loves to do it because she loves all of you as well. So, so she'll be here, so make sure that you are here for that fabulous experience. And then we also have the Vision Board Workshop coming up on March 23rd, and our own Roxanne Johns, seated right back there, will be facilitating the Vision Board Workshop on March 23rd at 12:45, and supplies will be provided, but you're also welcome to bring supplies too, because, you know, the more supplies we have, then the more we can do and create together. So, so please join Roxanne for the Vision Board Workshop on March 23rd. And I believe that is all I have. So I invite our practitioners and ministers to please stand and surround the space. And let's come together in consciousness, shall we? And also our core council members to please stand and surround the space as well. There you go. Yep. You're waiting for it, I know. All right, and here we go. So recognizing that there just is this one infinite presence that lives, moves, breathes, and has its being in, through, and as all of life, all of creation, having created everything through and of itself. The universe is the manifest body of this one life, this one presence, this one love. I recognize that each one gathered here this day is a divine emanation and impartation, a manifestation of this one life, this one love, this one power, this one presence. Each one here is a microcosm of the great macrocosm. Each one here has the power within them to create, to manifest, to express their fullness, their wholeness, their totality, because each one is whole and complete as they are. And so I know that here and now I speak my word for this beloved community, that we stand in acceptance of the totality of our being. We stand in acceptance of the divinity of our being. We stand in acceptance of the love that we are, the presence that we are. And we recognize that this is true of everyone. We are all brothers, sisters, and siblings on this journey. And so we accept the wholeness and totality of life, of every person on the planet, recognizing the truth of who they are is the divine made manifest. And to those who have forgotten who they are, we stand in acknowledgement of the life and the love that each one is. We stand and we call them forth. We call them higher. We allow the scales to fall from their eyes that we may all see clearly. We may all see rightly. We may all see justly. And we accept within ourselves the truth of our being, the truth of life, the truth of love. And we live this out into the world in greater and more expansive ways. And for this I do give thanks. And I release this word now, knowing it is done. I let it be, and so it is. So I invite everybody to stand and let's say this affirmation together. Don't make me repeat, make you repeat it. So give me all the vim, vigor, velocity, voluptuousness, acceptance, magnificence. I accept myself as I am. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it. I share it. I receive it. And I move love forward because love lives here.
Sing with us now and have a great Sunday. I will stand for love. I will stand for love. 'Cause I know I can be strong for love. next week.